In a world where love is often seen as a magical, effortless occurrence, many of us find ourselves struggling with the reality of relationships. We yearn for connection, yet feel lost in the pursuit of lasting love. But what if we've been approaching love all wrong? What if, as philosopher Erich Fromm suggests, love is not something that just happens to us, but an art that we must learn and practice? Through the stories of David, Lisa, and James, we'll explore Fromm's profound insights and discover how we can master the art of love in our modern world. Meet David, a successful architect who seemed to have everything: wealth, recognition, admiration. Yet his relationships were a series of disappointments. He believed love should just happen, but it always slipped through his fingers. Fromm's idea that love is an art, just as living is an art, struck a chord with David. He realized he had spent years perfecting his craft in architecture, but had given no thought to cultivating his ability to love. The turning point came when David applied the same discipline he used in his work to his personal life. He began journaling his emotions, attending communication workshops, and genuinely listening to those he cared about. If we want to learn how to love, we must proceed in the same way we have to proceed if we want to learn any other art, Fromm wrote. For David, the result wasn't just improved relationships, but a profound sense of fulfillment. Lisa, an ambitious journalist, grappled with a different question. Can freedom coexist with deep connection? A child of strict, overbearing parents, she fled their control by building a fiercely independent life. Yet, in her romantic relationships, she often felt trapped. Partners accused her of being emotionally distant, while she saw their expectations as chains. In frustration, she once exclaimed, "How can I be free and in love at the same time?" Fromm's paradox of freedom and connection provided clarity. Freedom, he explained, is not the absence of ties, but the ability to retain one's individuality within them. Lisa began to experiment, starting by openly expressing her needs and fears to her partner. Instead of retreating when she felt smothered, she asked for space while reassuring her love. Slowly, she realized that by trusting her partner and herself, she could experience connection without losing her sense of self. Mature love, Fromm reminds us, is union under the condition of preserving one's integrity. James, a middle-aged marketing executive, epitomized modern alienation. His days revolved around selling dreams of happiness through products, yet he felt profoundly disconnected from his family, friends, and himself. One day, he broke down, admitting, "I feel like I'm just an empty shell, performing roles, but living nothing real." Fromm's critique of modern society struck James deeply. Modern man is alienated from himself, from his fellow men, and from nature. Alienation, he realized, was the result of his life's focus on material success and shallow connections. Inspired by Fromm's insights, James sought ways to create authentic bonds. He started with small acts, like turning off his phone during family dinners and engaging in volunteer work at a local shelter. These changes slowly led him to rediscover joy in simple, genuine interactions, free from the pressure to perform or impress. As Fromm stated, the most important sphere of giving lies in the specifically human realm. James found that by focusing on building creative, meaningful relationships, he could overcome the alienation that had defined his life for so long. Through David, Lisa, and James, we've seen how Fromm's ideas can transform our approach to love and life. Love as an art requires practice. The balance of freedom and connection demands trust, and overcoming alienation calls for authentic engagement. Fromm teaches us that love is not a passive state, but a deliberate act of creation. It requires courage, effort, and a willingness to grow, principles we can carry into our own lives and relationships. As we navigate our own paths in love, let's remember, love is an art, a balance, and a connection. It's a skill we can cultivate, a freedom we can embrace, and a remedy for the alienation of modern life.